Hey guys, John Rettinger from TechnoBuffalo here at the review for you of the Dell Inspiron 14Z. This is part of Dell's Consumer Z series, which takes advantage of CULV processors. You may start to hear that around. And what that stands for is Consumer Ultra Low Voltage. What that translates to is primarily standard Intel chips that have been clocked down and redesigned to use less voltage, which means manufacturers can put them into thinner packages. So you're going to get better than netbook performances, but not as fast as your 2 GHz and faster Core 2 Duos that you'll find on other laptops. The price range of this runs anywhere from $650 all the way to $750. We're reviewing the higher end model right here. It does have a Core 2 Duo ultra low voltage chip coming in at 1.3 GHz. This is running Windows 7 Home Premium 64-bit. It's got 3 GB of RAM in there. And it's got a 8-speed CD-DVD drive, which is something that you don't really see in some of these ultra-low voltage computers. It's got a 14-inch screen, as you probably guessed by the 14Z moniker. And going over some of the rest of the specs on the device, it's got the Intel GMA X4500 HD. It's got a 6-cell battery, which they say is going to get you about 8 hours. I tend to find you're going to get closer to 4 in sort of standard usage. It's got a 1.3 megapixel integrated webcam, Wi-Fi, and sort of everything else that you would expect from it. Weight-wise, it comes in at about 4.4 pounds, so it's not the lightest laptop in the world, but it's certainly not the heaviest. The resolution of the 14-inch screen is 1366 by 768. So let me give you a bit of a tour of the laptop. You probably saw it during my unboxing. Let me show you what this thing looks like. You can get it in a variety of colors too. We've got the red one right here, obviously. So as far as ports go ahead and plunk out the power cord. On the left side, you've got your vents, VGA, HDMI, Ethernet, one USB, and a multi-card reader. On the front of the laptop, you've got microphone and headset ports. On the side, you've got 2 more USB, and there is your DVD burning drive and your power port. It's relatively thin and pretty light. Really, we notice the thinness is on the back. If you compare this size-wise with the standard Dell 14 Inspiron that you may find at Best Buy or your local electronics store, you'll definitely see a significant difference in size. For comparison, here is a unibody MacBook. This is the 13-inch model. You can sort of see how things stack up from a size comparison. So it's a little bit bigger than a MacBook, but not by much. It does actually weigh a bit less. Go ahead and put that back off to the side, and let's keep digging in to the computer. So now let's take a look at the keyboard. Certainly typing is very important to computer usage. Keyboard doesn't have much flex to it at all. It's a pretty nice keyboard, wide space, certainly full-sized. It sort of is chiclet, but not chiclet. The keys are flat like the chiclet style, but they're pushed close together. There's a lot of throw, and it feels good to type on it. It's probably one of the better laptop keyboards that I've used. So no issues there with the keyboard at all. The mouse and the track button right here, it's not multi-touch. It does feel the same as the side, a little bit maybe rougher. I wasn't the biggest fan of the trackpad. The buttons seem to be pushed up a little bit high. I think they could have been pushed down a little bit. You would have had much more room to use your finger around there. So it wasn't certainly not a deal breaker, but something to keep in mind. Okay, so let's talk about video playback. I made a video previously that demonstrated how this handles HD playback in both Hulu and YouTube HD, and it handled it well, but it was a little bit stuttery. Now in that video, I was using a screen recording program to do that called Camtasia. I want to show you what that looks like without the screen recorder running. You can see right here, I've got the Task Manager open so we can check the processor speed. Let's go ahead and queue up. We'll go to YouTube HD, you can see what this looks like, and we'll kick it up to as high resolution as YouTube will let us. So we'll go to my channel, youtube.com/John4Lakers, and I'll pick the first video that we have here. So it's a review of the Nexus 1. Go ahead and go right to the page. So we'll kick this up. I'll turn the volume down a little bit, and we'll kick this up to 720p. And let's check the processor speed here. So it's staggering a little bit that maybe due to the internet connection.
Hey guys, John Rettinger from TechnoBuffalo here with a full review for you.
So the video is playing, and it's playing smoothly. There's a little bit of a buffering issue at the beginning. The processor speed, though, goes all the way up once it's playing to 67, 75%. Right now we're at 72. Now let me go ahead and push this back so we don't have a buffering problem. Let me go put this on full screen.
Hey guys, John Rettinger.
You can see how this moving wallpaper here is moving pretty fluidly. So the moral being, you're not going to get fantastic HD playback, but you're going to get definitely watchable HD playback. And I had the same experience on both Hulu and YouTube HD. Very watchable, the audio's synced up nicely. You're not going to have any trouble with that. Now, as far as it handles multitasking, you can handle it okay. You can definitely have 4 or 5 browser windows open. You can have Microsoft Office open on here too, and not run into any issue. The 3 GB of RAM certainly helps out with that. And not running an Atom chip definitely gives you a little bit more power than perhaps you might have been used to on a netbook. I did just run a performance score on this. Let me show you what that came in at. So the overall score here is 3.4, and that's based on the lowest score. Processor got a 4.1. Memory, so that's the... Hopefully you guys can see that. That's the RAM, got a 4.7. Graphics got a 3.7. Gaming graphics got a 3.4, which is where the 3.4 rating came from. And the primary hard drive got a 5.4. You can get the hard drives can really range as far as size goes. I think this one has a 160 gigabyte hard drive in there, which is user accessible, I should mention, in case you want to upgrade it on your own. So overall, this is a very capable machine. Certainly a step up from a netbook, and really you're not sacrificing that much over a standard consumer notebook. So I can definitely recommend this to anybody out there that's looking for a PC that's a little bit lighter and you want the smaller screen size. Having a 14-inch ultra-low voltage is a little bit odd. Generally, these run 13-inch range or even a little bit smaller. So 14 is a unique size. Screen resolution wasn't fantastic. I would have liked to have seen a higher res screen, especially for a laptop that's going to run you $750, like this one does for the higher end. You know, at that price point, you can definitely get full Core 2 Duo chips. It's going to be a little bit chunkier, a little bit bigger. You're definitely going to sacrifice some of the size, but you are going to get a little bit more power. So I'm not entirely sure who the target demographic for this would be. I'd probably assume it would be geared right towards students. But if you're in the market for an ultra-low voltage laptop and you really like the Dell brand, you can't go wrong with this. It works well, but just know what you're getting yourself into. You're not going to get a powerhouse that's going to be able to render HD video. Although I did try, and it took a very long time, but it did do it. You're going to get a computer that's great for multitasking, for word processing, for web browsing, and doing some video viewing. You're not going to play any HD games on here. Don't have any illusions that you will be able to. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. John Rettinger from TechnoBuffalo.com, and I will see you guys in the next video.